Good morning. Welcome everyone to another vlog, another episode of Travel Jack. I'm your host, I'm Jack, and I'm taking you along with me for 29 days all around this epic European mega trip. It's been a beautiful trip so far, and today marks about the halfway point, day number 15. And we're waking up in Florence, Italy, and it's been spectacular here. Really enjoyed my stay here. Really nice hotel. And if you watched my vlog the other day, the heat turned off in the middle of the night, and I woke up really cold. But so last night I got an extra blanket ready, and but the heat didn't turn off. It was just fine. So nice and warm in here last night. Big thumbs up on that. But anyway, we got to get down to the train station. We're heading to Rome today. Bucket list item for me, the Colosseum. We're seeing the Colosseum today. I'm really excited about that. And one of my favorite video games, by the way, is called Rise, Son of Rome. That came out when the Xbox One came out, and one of my favorite games ever. And it takes place in Rome, and there's a scene where you're a gladiator in the Colosseum, and it's just spectacular. But anyway, I get to see it in person today. I'm really excited. Anyway, we got to get to the train station. A few minutes behind, but the train station's right around the corner, real close, so nothing to worry about there. But let's get down to the train station, and I got to find breakfast somewhere along the way. We'll figure that out as we go. But let's get down to the train station. All right, a little bit of a different scene in the early morning. It's about 5:30. And yeah, the streets are very lively in the evening, which I was very surprised about. I thought it would be boring museum town here in Florence, but it's actually a happening hip place. It's really cool vibe around here in the evenings. But early in the morning, it's pretty quiet. It's like 5:30 in the morning. But we're coming up to the train station. Let's talk about weather. It's going to be a high of about 53 or 54. Quite a bit warmer than it's been in this whole trip. Low is going to be about 35 at night, so it's still going to be chilly. But in Rome, there's a 50% chance of rain today, so going to be prepared for more rain. But might go down to one jacket instead of two today. It's still going to be chilly, but it'll be a little bit better. Anyway, we're going to be getting to the train station just in time to get on the train. And so I'm not sure what we're doing for breakfast quite yet. We'll figure out something. I know they give you a snack on the train. And we're riding the Frecciarossa again today, business class one more time. So I think that's the train station right here off to my left. So let's get in there and get on board. Okay, here we are in the Florence train station, and literally like a 7-minute walk from my hotel, which is right in the middle of the downtown area of Florence, right by the all the sites and everything. Trains are the way to go around here in Europe, I'll tell you. Much better than airports. You're right in the center of everything, and walking distance. And you just walk 6 minutes from your hotel to the train station, hop right on your train, and off you go to the next destination, Rome. And you don't have to drive out to an airport real far. You don't have to get there an hour or two before your flight and all this stuff. You just walk down the train station, hop on your train. It's really fantastic. So we're looking for the Frecciarossa 9503. The final destination is Napoli. So let's see what platform it's going to be on. Okay, it's the third one down. 9503 Frecciarossa. Napoli, that's Naples. 6 o'clock, that's our Frecciarossa 1000. Platform 11. Okay, this station has a little security area, but they don't do they don't search your bags and stuff. You just have to show that you have a ticket to come in and get on the train. But right behind me, there it is. Easy breezy. 10 minutes total from the hotel to the train station getting on the train. Fantastic. Anyway, look at that beauty. We're about to get on. It's coach 2, seat 9D, 9 Delta. So we're going to get on board right now. seat mate over there, but I'll give you a little seat tour and kind of show you what business class looks like on board the Frecciarossa to Rome. It should be just under 2 hours. Okay, this isn't my seat. My seat's down a little bit, but I got a seatmate there, so don't want to disturb him. But so you got window that you can pull the window shade up and down. Nice big comfy seat. You got a table. That's a drink holder, and you flip it up. You got a trash bin. There's power for every seat right underneath, and you can push that button to recline just a little bit. And then up here you got plenty of storage for luggage. Free Wi-Fi. And then these screens are great because it shows you we're leaving at 6 o'clock. We should be arriving at 7:49. And it'll show you a map and how fast we're going and everything once we're underway. So I'm hoping there's going to be some views to show you. When we came from Venice to here, it was mostly through tunnels, so there wasn't a lot to show you out the windows. And also it's early morning. I'm not sure what time the sun rises today, but probably not going to be much to show you. But very nice train though, and it gets you there fast. It goes 300 kilometers an hour, and I think that comes up to 187 miles per hour. It's pretty fast. So anyway, I'm going to get settled in and get underway. We're on our way to Rome in just a couple minutes. When you ride business class, you get complimentary drinks and snacks. Pretty nice touch on business class service. I really like it.
a Roma Termini. Grazie per aver viaggiato con Trenitalia. Saremo lieti di potervi ospitare ancora a bordo dei nostri treni. We are now arriving in Roma Termini. Thank you for traveling with Trenitalia. We will be glad to see you again on board our trains.
All right, here we are, Rome, Italy, and first thing we need to do, we need to store these bags somewhere. But right where I got off the train, there's a little stairwell here, and it says that's where the luggage storage is, right down these stairs here. So let's go find out where to put the baggage, and we'll just take what we need for the day, and we're going to check into our hotel a little bit later. Alright, here we are at the baggage storage facility, and it's a manned office instead of a self-service locker facility, and they're only open till 9 o'clock, but the plan is should be back here between about 5 and 6 to pick up my luggage, and so I'm guessing it'll cost about 10 euros. Here's a shot of the prices, and yeah, so after we drop this off, we have to find the tourist information office where I can exchange my voucher for it's called the Roma Pass, and that gets me transportation on the subway for 24 hours and admission into the Colosseum, and so that's going to be coming up next too. So anyway, let me drop off the bags and then we'll be on the way. Okay, got my luggage checked in. Actually cost per bag, so 24 euros, so a little bit pricey, but guy wasn't, I don't know if he's having a bad day or what, but he didn't seem too happy, and they're not friendly at all. But anyway, not a big deal. We got our baggage checked in. We need to find the TI office, the tourist information, and get a Roma Pass. So there's plenty of signs around here on where everything is. I just have to figure out where the TI office is, and then we'll be on. We'll get our Roma Pass, and then we can get on the subway and go straight to the Colosseum. So let's check it out. Okay, I found the tourist information point where I'm supposed to exchange my voucher for the Roma Pass. The website online, when I did my research, said it opens at 8 a.m. So I made a reservation to go into the Colosseum at 9:15. Surprise! They open at 9:30. So, and I can't ride the metro until I get my Roma Pass. My Roma Pass is also the metro ticket. I could walk, but it's a 20-minute walk, and by the time I get there, I don't know, I may as well just wait here, I guess, and hopefully they'll let me in after my reservation time. So yeah, that's not a good experience. But anyway, they should have a deal where when you get the Roma Pass, you can print out your ticket for the Colosseum when you make your Colosseum reservation, but it's not the way it works. So anyway, I just have to wait here till 9:30. I guess that gives me time to eat breakfast. There's a market right over here, so let's go find something to eat. Okay, so we're here at the train station, and this is the same company that operates that food market we went to in Florence, with all the little shops you can walk around. Not nearly as big, but yeah, not everything's open. It's still early in the morning, but anyway, we got ourselves a Nutella croissant and some sort of white cream donut. Looks very sweet. fresh squeezed orange juice too. So we got that, and a little pricey, €5 for the orange juice, $6.90 for the donuts. Not too bad, I guess, but anyway, super frustrating. The website where I booked this Roma pass said that the ticket office opens at 8 o'clock, and they don't open till 9:30. So I had reserved my entrance time. You have to reserve your entrance time at the Colosseum, so I reserved it for 9:15. I'd exchange my Roma pass at 8 o'clock. I'd have plenty of time to get on the metro and get to the Colosseum and be there right when it opens. So I arranged it at 9:15. Now I'm not going to get there probably till after 10 o'clock. Who knows if they'll let me in or not. I'm sure they run into this all the time. This has to be a common problem that they have. The website is wrong with their opening time, so it's super frustrating. But the positive side is I scheduled lots of extra time to tour the Colosseum and the surrounding sites, so shouldn't be a big problem. I'm just hoping they let me in when I get there. I don't know. Anyway, really frustrating. Not a great way to start the day. Anyway, let's try this Nutella. I'm not a big fan of Nutella, but it's going to be messy. That's good. It's like a powdered sugar or glazed donut with some sort of white cream. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's very good. That's thick. It's almost like icing. Very sweet dessert. You gotta try the orange juice. It's fresh squeeze. Oh, that's excellent. All right, I'm gonna finish up the sweet dessert, get back over there. Hopefully they're gonna open up soon and get my ticket exchanged, and we'll see what happens. Going to the Colosseum, this will be an adventure. Okay, finally got it, the 48-hour Roma pass, and I'll tell you all about it later. I'm not too happy about this. I'm gonna find my way to the metro. When I get on the metro, I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, we're on the way to the Metro Line B. It's going to take us to the Colosseum, but I finally got the Metro Pass. This is the thing you scan to get into gives me 48 hours of public transportation on the Metro. And then they give you a little map that's on the inside of this that unfolds. That. But yeah, so when I booked everything, the website said they open at 8 o'clock. So I scheduled my Colosseum entry for 9:15. I figured there's plenty of time. I'll exchange my voucher and plenty of time to get on the metro, get to the Colosseum and all that stuff. Anyway, as you saw, they open at 9:30. So I had breakfast, I'll go back, and then 9:30 comes around and this lady shows up, and she saunters in nice and slow, no hurry, and she takes off her backpack, sits down, she's getting comfortable, right? So 4 minutes of this. Then the second guy comes rushing in, and he starts setting things up and plugging in wires, and I guess he's getting everything set up, turning the lights on, and then a third person comes in. Anyway, all three of them are now setting things up behind the counter. They didn't actually start helping anybody until 9:39, 9 minutes later. And I don't know which way I'm going here. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Normally that's not a big deal, 9 minutes, but I'm already frustrated because I'm supposed to be in the Colosseum at 9:15, and here it is going on 9:45 almost. And so there's people in front of me too, and line B. So anyway, we finally get through. It's 9:45 by the time the whole thing's done, and I got my pass. And I'm just standing there shaking my head like, I don't understand why they don't, when they know the Colosseum opens at 9 o'clock and people are going to have reservations to go in at 9 o'clock and they need to pick up their Roma passes, why they're not open before then, no later than 8:30. I don't get it. So that just goes to show all the planning in the world. It's nothing I did. I planned everything. Their website said they open at 8 o'clock. And when you show up, they actually open at 9:30, 9:40 really. And and now who knows if they're going to let me in at the Colosseum. I don't know. It's a timed entry. So big thumbs down. Plus the guy in the luggage room was super rude. So not a great start here in Rome. Hopefully things will turn around. Yeah, all the planning in the world. You're still going to run into issues like this. So. But I guess that's what they call Italian time that I've heard about. The trains have been fine so far, the train schedules. But things like that was terrible. Just a terrible experience. And now I'm way behind schedule for the day. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're on the way, so we'll be there shortly. I think it's a 3-minute subway ride. Okay, while we're standing on the subway line, we'll talk about safety and security and the metros especially, the subway systems. You got to watch out for pickpockets. So nothing's in my outside pockets. Everything's tucked away on the inside pockets. Money belt is also on. And be careful with your bags as well. They'll pickpocket your bags. Nothing too valuable in there, just a water bottle and my guidebook and things like that. So. But make sure you've got a good handle on your bag, especially if you go in the subway and you sit by the door, because someone will come up to you by the door, wait till just before the doors close, grab your bag and run out, and then the doors close and off the subway goes and you're off without your bag. So also when you're going through the turnstiles, just be aware if anyone's behind you, because they'll be pickpocketing your bag or pickpocketing you. So and personal space is not a thing here in Italy. They come up right behind you. So anyway, just be aware and be prepared, and nothing in your outer pockets, and you'll be fine. So, and once you get on the subway car, get on the least crowded car, and don't sit by the door. So just some tips to be safe. Protect yourself from pickpockets. All right, subway should be coming any second. Okay, it's already after about 10 after 10 o'clock, so I'm pretty late for my reserved time. But when we exit the station, from what I understand, it's quite the reveal of the Colosseum when we come out of this door here. So let's check it out. You ready for the Colosseum? Here it comes. Wow. Unbelievable. I made it. All right. We'll get plenty of shots of it throughout the day, but we got to get inside for my... I'm trying not to get emotional right now. Wow.
Colosseum mit 72 bis 80 Jahre.
Como la vieja, le ponete la
Devi dover zoomare, perché non so io devo zoomare 4 volte.
Gravina Powers of
Ja, det är för bizonk. Jag kunde vara kul.
I want to upstairs.
Wow. So this is fascinating because this Colosseum was built in the year 80. 80 during the Roman Empire and the height of the Roman Empire, really. And what you see here, there used to be sort of stadium style seating that would be kind of tiered up, and we'll see a little bit more of that when we go up to the higher levels. But here it would be the floor. Underneath, what we're seeing here, the floor is eroded away, but underneath are these little passageways and corridors where they would transport the animals and the gladiators and stuff. They could move around underneath the floor. So that's what you're seeing here. This is all the underground passageways and stuff. And you can tour it with a guided tour. I didn't sign up for that today, but wow, spectacular. Now I really like this. Any Bruce Lee fans out there? Bruce Lee filmed a movie. I think it's called Enter the Dragon or Return of the Dragon, one of those. But with Chuck Norris, and the climactic fight scene happened here at the Colosseum. Well, parts of it. Most of the fight was actually filmed on a sound stage that was dressed to look like the Colosseum. But some scenes were filmed here, including Chuck Norris standing up in one of these archways. I don't know which one specifically, but he's standing up there. And Bruce Lee pointed at him, and then the other guy, I forget the character's name, but he's shouting out, Tang Long, you are trapped inside. And then sets up the stage for the big fight to the death here in the Colosseum. Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. I don't know which archway it was. Maybe one of the staff knows. I don't know.
aiuta, so. Dai,
Wasserbild.
Ali, as arquibancadas, cara. Ali, ó, tem pedaços originais e reconstruídos.
All right, really fascinating facts to share with you, but I'm going to kind of walk around to this other side because the sun is kind of coming into the frame here a little bit. So, wow, beautiful here. Colosseum would seat approximately 50,000 people back in the day. Lots of information about down here I'll share with you in just a minute. But let's get some more views walking around.
No tengo equilibrio, es que no lo entendéis.
A ver, tengo una joya muy gorda. Súbete la bragueta, anda.
Jak flaszki? Jak flaszki? Machst du?
Quando voi avete finito, prendevi questi soldi.
Per Roma. Dove vai? Devi salire.
Okay, there's lots to see here. If you look down below, all the passageways and stuff that go underneath the floor. If you look over here, they've restored part of what the floor would look like right here. And some tours can go down there and walk on there. But it was wooden planks that would cover this entire floor here, and it would be covered with sand. And that was the combat surface, or the show surface, or whatever you want to call it. But underneath all these little passageways, if you look really close, they could make little scenes up on the floor through a series of elevators. They had 80 of these little elevators, and there'd be trap doors all over the floor here. And they could raise and lower scenery, animals, all kinds of stuff. Gladiators could go up and down there, I suppose. But so they could set a scene that would be on the ocean, or they would be in a forest, or whatever they wanted to do. They through this series of little elevators here, 80 of them. And of course, they're all manually controlled. It must have been, imagine the manpower underneath the ground as you're watching the gladiators and the fights and everything. But if you look over here, you'll see a bronze cross. We saw it when we first came in. That's where we came in. That was roughly the location of the emperor's box. The emperor would sit right there and have the best view in the house, of course, while all the gladiators are doing their thing. The seating was all structured depending on what status you were in society. So for example, like Congress, or like nobility, or people high up in government would have the best seats down on the lower tier. Higher up would be well-known political people, and the third level would be your average person, the plebeians is what they were called, your average Roman. And the top level were for the lowest of society. And of course, back then things were different, and they viewed the lowest parts of society, slaves and women. They'd get the worst seats up top. But were they really the worst seats? Because way at the top, all surrounding the entire stadium here, the Colosseum, they had these big sort of planks that would come down, and they would lower a canvas, so it'd be kind of covered seating, but it wouldn't cover the entire arena, just about the first third of it. So if you're in the upper levels there, you'd get all the shade. Who would get all the sun? All the people down there, including the emperor, would just roast in the sun down there. So I'd rather sit in the shade probably, but anyway, pretty fascinating. And it's just like a modern day arena. They'd sell souvenirs and stuff like that. And here's over here you can see an example of the seating. All that's left today for the most part is these big concrete slabs, but you can see between the slabs all the way around the stadium here were marble seats like this, and several levels of it all the way up. And they've restored one little section of it, so you can kind of imagine what the Colosseum looked like back in the day with all the seats installed. So pretty fascinating look here at a beautiful piece of history that's been here for almost 2,000 years, and we can still go in and walk into it today, 2,000 years later. Unbelievable. And Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris were here.
Pues de eso que tengamos que saber dónde estás tú. Porque Quique yo le veo que está allá al fondo. ¿Dónde pones ahí? ¿Dónde queréis? Ahí. Pues dice a chicos que chicos pueden coger más. Todos van a venir. Sí, no se los ve. Fotos.
So oftentimes when gladiators were in combat, you know, one of them would be put down, and the other gladiator would approach the emperor's box where that cross is today, and he would ask the emperor, and say, "Caesar, shall he live or shall he die?" And of course Caesar would go, "Oh, oh, oh," you know. Or sometimes he would let the crowd decide, and the crowd would all put their thumbs up or thumbs down. So fascinating to be here, all that kind of history. Can you imagine what it must have been like back in the day, seeing that stuff in person? Also, a lot of animals were brought here from all around the world, exotic beasts, and they would kill them all here, you know. So but yeah, a lot of history right here. Wow. Anyway, this is pretty much going to wrap up our tour of the Colosseum. Always wanted to be here. Bucket list item for me. Check. And I'll probably get more views from the outside because we kind of had to hurry in. I'm glad they let me in. But we'll get some more views from outside, and then we'll wrap it all up. But we're going to see some more sights around the area right here on Travel Jack. All right, that's the Colosseum. It was spectacular, and rough start to the morning, but it all worked out. We got in no problems, and had a great time in there. What beautiful views all throughout that, all throughout the Colosseum. Anyway, my admission also includes here the Roman Forum. So we're starting here. This is the Arch of Titus. Oh, Titus, bring your friends hither. But we're here at the Arch of Titus, starting our tour of the Roman Forum. There's a bell going off at a bell tower over there. I'll show you real quick. But I'm not going to dive too deep into history. My rough start this morning cost me a lot of time, and I wanted to spend most of my time in the Colosseum to make sure I got the most out of my visit there, and all the photos and videos I wanted out of there, and it was spectacular. So we're going to do the Roman Forum, but I'm going to kind of walk through quickly, and I don't want to dive too deep into the history of it because it's going to really bog down my time. So we're going to walk through, see the sights. I'll read all the history about it later, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, this is what remains of what was called the Basilica of Constantine, which was a hall of justice. And this is just a small part of it. These three huge archways here. There were three more huge archways on the other side down there somewhere. And this big central hall connected the two. It was mammoth. And wow, this is all that remains. Anyway, we're about to head down. It's called Via Sacra, if I'm saying that right. It was the main street through Rome back in the day. And while I'm walking down there, there's stone paths, the same path that Julius Caesar probably walked down way back then. But if you'd imagine back in the day, there was 1 million people lived here during the Roman Empire. And just imagine chariots going by on this road, wooden market stands on both sides, and just imagine people back in Roman time, ancient Rome. A busy street here with 1 million people. What it must have been like back in the day. So we're gonna see some more sights, but when we walk down that road, just use your imagination of what it was like back in the Roman Empire.
Consegue manter lá tudo.
De lá pra cá.
Não, mas a gente dá a volta, né? Vai dar pra dar a volta por ali. Eu quero ir por ali.
Eu acho mais legal isso. Eu não quero entrar ali, eu quero ir de lá pra cá.
Para. Não, para. Você está trabalhando a filmar. Ah, mas aqui agora é uma amostra. Sim, eu vou te dar mais um. Hã? Eu te dou mais um? Mas você não tá fazendo nada. Você deu dois.
Okay, this is a church that dates back, I think, to the 17th century, something like that. But these doors are what's interesting here. And I think these date back, possibly back to the Roman Empire. But they're old bronze doors that survived, still in use today. And I can't really see them very well because something's going on inside. I'm not sure, some sort of, it's a church, so I would imagine some sort of service going on today inside. And the doors are open, so I don't have a great view of the doors, but let's keep going.
D'ici, on envoyait dans le monde entier.
Okay, this is the temple of Antoninus Pius and Faustina. I'm probably saying that wrong. But the church behind these columns is newer, but the columns is what remains of the original structure from Roman times, and it used to have statues on top of it and a bronze roof. Okay, this was one. Well, it's up. Okay, cool. All right, this right behind me is what remains of what was called the Temple of Vesta. And inside of this temple, there was a fire, and the fire always burned. It was always maintained, and it was never to go out. And it was said that as long as the fire burned, Rome would stand. And a group of women tended to the fire, and they were the Vestal Virgins.
Tienen que pasar un montón de controles antes de poder volar. Porque van a tener una que haya pasado que tenga gasolina. Además, aunque te quedes sin gasolina en el aire, aunque te quedes sin gasolina en el aire, el avión te da niña hasta...
All right. Okay, these are two swimming pools right behind me here. And this was a courtyard at one end of the House of Vestal Virgins. This is where the Vestal Virgins lived. And high nobility would select 6 Vestal Virgins, and they would serve a 6-year term. A 30-year term. They would serve 30 years. They were not allowed to, had to be virgins. And if they're discovered to not be virgins, they would be basically buried alive. That was their punishment. But as long as they were Vestal Virgins, they had a lot of privileges and rights that most women didn't have in society, including good seats at the Colosseum. They had a special reserved section right across from the emperor, the emperor's seats there. So they were highly regarded in Roman society, the Vestal Virgins. And this is where they lived. Okay, surrounding the swimming pool area here are statues of the more notable Vestal Virgins throughout the years. But right on the other side is Palatine Hill right here. And somewhere along these ruins was Caligula's palace. Caligula, fun fact, when I was a teenager, the first adult film I ever saw, it was called Caligula. And it was actually a really good movie. It wasn't cheesy like, you know, adult films can be, but it had a lot of historical fact in it, and it was a very good historical movie, but it had adult scenes in it. So it was pretty interesting. And some of those scenes took place in Caligula's palace. So he was known to have, you know, orgies and things like that. But back here, we're going to take a look. There's 3 more taller pillars. We're going to go take a look at those. By the way, I have to mention once again on this tour, probably mentioned it before, but all the facts I'm getting today are from the Rick Steves Best of Europe guidebook, and I don't know anything about Roman history. If you ask me, I don't know. So I'm learning as I go and sharing the information with you. So anyway, this is called the Temple of Castor and Pollux. Am I saying that right? I don't know. It commemorates a war that was won by the Romans, but to keep things short, it was a symbol of Rome's self-governing republic, and senators would meet here on the steps. And so it was they would use it they would use it as a podium for free speech here, and they would make speeches, things like that. And but right behind here is sort of the main square of Rome, the center of it all. The Forum's main square is what it's called. Let's go walk over there and check it out. Yeah, don't ask me any questions about Roman history. I don't have any clue. This is all coming from this book, and I'm probably getting the facts wrong too. So, yeah. Anyway, let's head over there. All right, so this is where it would all happen right here. Not only were there politicians and senators here, but you get everybody from all walks of life, including the lowlifes. You get hookers, gamblers, things like that. You get people selling souvenirs, drunk people, but all walks of life would come through here. But you can just imagine big tall columns and buildings. It wasn't just rubble, but it was all complete, and you'd get chariots coming up and down the streets here and people walking around in togas. All right, here, it looks a little different now, but you can kind of see it. If you use your imagination, you can kind of see what it must have looked like way back in the Roman Empire. I bet you it was awesome. Anyway, just on the other side here, I believe is an important place. Let's check this little structure out here.
The main square again. So this building here We've already talked about this building from the other side. Do you know what this building was? Exactly, this is the place where Caesar was burned, so this is the temple of Dios Julius, so this is where Dios again is safe. Caesar becomes
So this is an important building here. Right behind this building, kind of where those trees are, lived a very important man. His name was Julius Caesar. And of course he came into power in Rome and became the leader and was given dictator rights around Rome, and he was loved by most of the people, but there was a group of senators that didn't like that at all. They didn't like Julius Caesar being a dictator, so they conspired and found him as he was walking past this site. They stabbed him 23 times and killed him. He was killed right here on this spot. And so later on they had the funeral, and as they were burning his body, all the supporters and all his fans, all the people that liked Julius Caesar came out here, and they were all upset too, but they were throwing their own belongings onto the fire. And yeah, Julius Caesar, and that happened right here where this building is, and they built this little temple to honor Julius Caesar in the year 44 BC. Isn't that something else? So we can go inside there. There's going to be a little mound of dirt, and people leave flowers to this very day in memory of Julius Caesar. All right, so unfortunately that's the end of this tour. They're closing it down. The Roman Forum opening hours are done, so they're ushering everyone to the exits, but we saw most of it. A little bit more left to see, but we saw about 2/3 of it that I wanted to see. But spectacular, beautiful. You got a really good idea of Roman history here. Julius Caesar right there was murdered, and the main street here, and you can just imagine the togas and the chariots and all the Roman history right here, centuries and centuries ago. So we're gonna head to the exit, and I'm not sure what's next. We're gonna probably grab, I haven't had anything to eat yet today, so we're gonna grab probably something to eat somewhere as soon as we get to the exit.
Attenzione, si informa ai signori visitatori che il sito archeologico sta chiudendo. Si prega di avviarsi verso le uscite. Grazie. Arrivederci. Please, we inform the visitors that the archaeological site is closing. Please, reach the exits. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, just beautiful Roman Forum down here, and yeah, it's a shame we left a little bit early, got kicked out. The closing hours, it's only almost 4:30, so they closed pretty early, a lot earlier than I expected, but it's okay with me because I would rather have spent the extra time in the Colosseum, which is exactly what I did, and see that. That's what I really wanted to see. This is great too, though. It's included in the same ticket that I bought, the Roma Pass. But filming location alert. I've mentioned it a couple of times. Bruce Lee filmed scenes right here. Somewhere along this sidewalk here. This sidewalk goes along here and overlooks the Roman Forum. And there was a scene where Bruce Lee first arrived in Rome, and his host, this young girl, was showing him around, showing him the sights around Rome. and he was looking not impressed with Rome.
These monuments are all ancient Roman relics. This is... What's wrong?
Our slums are just like this.
Somewhere along this sidewalk, they filmed the scene right here. Bruce Lee. Pretty awesome. Anyway, okay, let's find something to eat. Wow, that is impressive. Look at the size of that. I have no idea what this building is, but it's Italian splendor. Look at it. Wow. Fantastic. Anyway, what's going on is all the restaurants in this area close between lunch and dinner. They don't open until like after 7 o'clock, 7:30, something like that. So the plan is I'm going to head back towards the metro station and go to the Roma Termini station, pick up my luggage, and get checked in at the hotel. And maybe we'll eat something along the way. I just remembered I have snacks in my bag too. From breakfast, I grabbed a couple of packaged snacks and crackers and things. So I'll snack on those on the way, but we'll stop for a proper meal along the way. Maybe at the train station or something. But let's head back towards the train and get our luggage. All right, just a quick overview. I'm in the middle of a roundabout. Look, traffic comes around this way. Oh, they stopped for those people. Oh, look at that light though. Wow. That is magnificent. Beautiful. But yeah, traffic goes all the way around this big circle. No stoplights whatsoever here. All right, let's cross the street. Here we go. If I get ran over, it's going to be on video. Nothing else, I'll have a story to tell and a video to show you. All right. God, look at that. That is just amazing. All right, I'm gonna wait a minute. They're going for it. I'm gonna wait. They're going for it. I'm gonna wait. They don't seem like they want to slow down or wait. Wow. Okay, they're slowing down. They're not. This is crazy. Okay, slowing down, but I can't see the other side of the bus. Go ahead. All right, this is our chance. Here we go. It's a little crazy. Not as crazy though as from what I understand in Paris, where the Arc de Triomphe is. That one looks really crazy. There's an underground passage there though. You don't have to cross the street as a pedestrian. There's an underground tunnel, but looks crazy, that roundabout right there. Anyway, we're gonna head down to the train station and grab our luggage. Okay, this time I'm going all the way to the front because last time I stayed towards the rear, and then the train was a little bit shorter than I expected, and everybody kind of congregated together on that last car. So to avoid that, I came all the way towards the front, and it looks like the train's coming right now. Okay, we're back in Termini Station and about to pick up my luggage, and hopefully I don't get Mr. Fun again. Oh my God. All right, here we are. Hopefully his shift is over by now. Okay, we got our luggage back and headed to the hotel. This time we're going to take Metro Line A for 2 stops. It's called Battistini, I think it's, no, Barberini. The destination is Battistini, but we're getting off at Barberini. And our hotel should be real close to the metro stop, so here we go. Oh, by the way, Mr. Happy, I guess his shift was over. Much nicer people in there this time. Didn't want to see Mr. Happy again. Well, that was not a good start to the day, but it all got better after that. So the subways are very busy right now because it's rush hour. Everyone's coming home from work. But very crowded, but on the way to the hotel. Okay, here we are off the metro station, and let me give you an overview. This is a piazza here, kind of a little plaza with a roundabout, and there's like a little monument over there somewhere. But if I'm reading my map right, just down the next street, right down there, is the street I need. It's called Purification Street, basically in Italian. But we turn right there, and the name of the hotel is Hotel Modigliani or Modigliani, something like that. I know, I'm sorry for my mispronunciation. I don't speak any Italian. But anyway, let's see if that's the right street and check it out. We're really close. All right, this street will be easy to remember, the one with all the lights on the corner. Anyway, it should be like right up here somewhere. All right, here we are. It's a bit of an uphill trek through this little alleyway to this hotel. And again, it's Italy, it's Rome, it's old. If this was in the United States, I'd be very skeptical and looks pretty sketch, but this isn't the United States, this is Italy, it's different. And it comes recommended in the guidebook, so I trust the guidebook. Rick Steves knows what he's talking about. So anyway, let's get inside. Okay, I'm all checked in. I actually decided to show you the room last before we wrap up the video. I'm really tired today. I've been on my feet all the last several days, actually. A lot of stairs and uphill, and oh my gosh, I'm really exhausted. But we're gonna head out for dinner to a place called Osteria Romana or something like that. It's close by to here, and we'll check that out, and then we'll head back to the hotel, wrap it all up, and I'll show you the hotel when we come back here. So let's go find dinner. It should be just down the hill, and then to the left, it's near that plaza where we first came in off the metro. So, all right, let's head out to dinner. Okay, plan B. They're booked solid until at least 9:30, so no space for me in that restaurant. It did look a little bit small, but that, unfortunately, that's the only restaurant recommended in this neighborhood in the guidebook. There are a lot of other restaurants and stuff around, but what I think I'm going to do is check out the hotel. I think they have a bar. It's open until 10 o'clock, and I think they might serve food and stuff too in there. And they're very friendly in there. Very nice, so why not? We'll go check that out. I think they serve food. We'll check it out. If not, we'll come back out and find somewhere to eat. Just find some random place. I like to, boy, my luck on selecting food out of here has been terrible here in Italy. Everywhere things are closed or whatever, you know, or full, or anyway. Let's check out the hotel and see What's on offer there? Alright, since we're here, I'll show you the interior of the hotel. Like I said before, God, it looks kind of sketchy in this little alleyway out here. This is in America. This is a little bit different here in Rome. All the streets are kind of like this, just little alleyways, and there are bigger major streets out there, but a lot of streets are little alleyways like this, and the buildings don't look like much, but it's pretty nice actually on the inside. Here, let me show you. Got little games and stuff here if you want to come down for checkers or dice. Little lounge area. And then here's the bar. Ooh, what a smell. Okay, this guy's really good. I think he's the waiter and the cook and everything. You can see it's really slow in here. I'm the only one in here. Perfect. And they serve, I'll show you the menu here, but he recommended, they have a caprese salad, which I'm not a fan of caprese salad. It's okay, but that's an authentic Italian style. But he also has a kind of a pasta of the day, which today is pesto pasta. Oh yeah, that sounds perfect. And he has a Pinot Grigio wine. So, and I think we got desserts too. I'll probably grab a tiramisu or something for dessert. But we'll see what they have. But yeah, perfect. So I got this glass Pinot Grigio. I don't know who makes it or anything. And then Pasta Fantasia dello Chef, and he said he has two. He has a the pesto one that I got, and I think the other one is the meat sauce one, bolognese. So I got pesto pasta coming. But here's more drinks, liqueurs. Tartufo, I don't know what that is. I ordered one of those too, I don't know what it is. I might have to say, all the restaurants or all the hotels I've been at, this might have to take top spot for service. Really good, really good. All right, here we go. So yeah, he brought me some chips while I'm waiting, and I think these are very similar to Lay's potato chips. Slightly more crunchy, just a little bit. They taste almost identical, but just a little more crunchy than Lay's potato chips. But it's really nice. He brought these while I'm waiting. He said it's going to take about 20 minutes for my pasta. And he offered me a bigger bowl. He said I'm tall, so maybe I would like a bigger portion. Very nice guy. Austin Powers. Anyway, wow, fantastic dinner. Homemade. Well, he didn't make the pesto himself, but everything else was house made, and really great service. He sat there and talked to me, and great conversation for the whole meal. And I forgot his name. I feel that it's a very Italian name. I can't remember it. But great service. And I was the only one in there, so it was very personalized and just fantastic. And pesto pasta was amazing. God, did I even film it? I don't think I even filmed it, but it was so good. And a glass of Pinot Grigio. Anyway, let me finish with the hotel tour. We'll go up to the room. I'm up on the 5th floor, and let's go check it out. Oh man, what an amazing experience that just was. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll wrap it all up upstairs. And salud. All right, here we are. So I guess they asked me at the front desk. Well, I guess when I go out and leave the hotel, I'm supposed to leave the key at the front desk. I didn't even realize that. But we're up on the 5th floor, and I'll show you the room. It's a nice room. What a fantastic dinner that was. Excellent. Really enjoyed that dinner. Fantastic. So here's our room, 504. Okay, first thing you see is the bathroom. Turn the light on. So look at this shower. This is another nice shower. But this is one of those things with a half partition. There's no door here, which tends to get water all over the place. But maybe it's not too bad with this kind of shower head here. A very shallow drain area. I wouldn't even call it a bathtub. It's just it's a standing area. There's a little bit of place for water to collect with the drain, but no door here, which I always think is interesting. They give you the shampoo and soap. I always like these. A lot of hotels are doing away with these to reduce single-use plastic, but I always like these because I'll take them home and use them at home. And then this is soap, and then shower cap. So very cool there. Glass, sink. This toilet's interesting. So you flush it with this button, which is different than all the other toilets I've seen. They had the 2 buttons, the large and the small button, but this one has 1 button. But look at this. The water is up here. I guess it uses gravity to get a strong flush, which I think is interesting. I never even noticed this till just now. There's a little, I guess it's to store more towels or something. I have no idea. Heated towel rack. We've seen that in the last few hotels. Extra toilet paper. Hair dryer. I never point that out. Most hotels have a hair dryer here in Europe. If you bring a hair dryer and you plug from the United States and you plug it in, because it's 110 volt, it's 220 here in Europe, and that will cause a bunch of problems. So just use the hotel hair dryer if you're traveling from the United States or any country that uses 110 volts. Same with hair curlers, that kind of thing. But anyway, interesting art choice in this hotel. Very interesting. But anyway, here's the room. Nice big bed, I love it. And come over here, check this out. Oh yeah, look at that, like a little couch. And I've discovered that these armrests are just Velcroed on. You can take these off and turn this into another bed, which is pretty cool. So you got little wall-mounted nightstands. Pretty nice view for what it is. It's just a little alleyway though, but we're way up on the 5th floor, so not much to see really. But it's cool. And then you got this cabinet with a safe, nice big safe too, if you need to use that. A big safe and a small safe. And hangers, of course. TV is right there. And that's the room. You got little lamps here as well. And some more artwork. And I really like this. I think this is, yep, the Trevi Fountain. Very close to here, within walking distance. I'll touch on that in a minute. All right, so let's wrap up this day. What a day. Boy, how do I wrap it all up quickly? It started off terrible with the experience at the train station when I arrived here in Rome, and the tourist information point wasn't open. And the guy in the luggage room was so rude. He was terrible. It seemed like he was angry about something. And it just, oh my gosh. I wish I could have filmed it. You should have seen this guy. Anyway, he did his job, but it was just like not very nice at all. And then I was very frustrated with the whole thing about exchanging the ticket. And anyway, it all worked out in the end, but I lost a lot of time doing all that and waiting for that tourist information point to open. I was getting very frustrated. But once we got to the Colosseum, I spent a lot of time in there. I wanted to get the most out of my visit at the Colosseum that I wanted to get, because that's one of my bucket list items. I've always wanted to go see the Colosseum, and so I spent a lot of extra time there. The sacrifice was I tried to do the Roman Forum, but I got about 2/3 of it done that I wanted to see, and then they were closing up. I didn't know what time they closed, and it turned out it was like 4:30. It was pretty early. I thought they'd be open a little later than that, but anyway, they closed that up. A bunch of stuff I had planned, didn't get to a bunch of stuff here, including a walk through Rome called the Heart of Rome Walk. The highlight of that was going to be the Trevi Fountain. Turns out the Trevi Fountain is very close to this hotel, and I do have a little bit of free time scheduled for tomorrow, so maybe in the evening we can swing by and see that if I have time. That's another thing I want to see. Also, I'm looking at this list here. I didn't get to see the Pantheon. Yeah, there's a Pantheon. That's another site to see here in Rome. And then nightlife. In my guidebook, there's a description about nightlife here in Rome. So I didn't get to see any of those. I'll have to wait for another trip here in the future. But what a mixed bag today, because it started off terrible. The Colosseum was fantastic, and then after that, I met a lot of scammers out there, which was kind of a bummer. But then a lot of nice people too, and especially here at the hotel, they're amazing here. They're wonderful people here, especially that restaurant experience I just had. I was the only one in the restaurant. It was very slow. He said, "Yeah, it's slow season right now." But he custom made a pasta for me, asked if I wanted more cheese and a bigger portion, and sat there and was great company for my whole meal. So, wow, that's more than they could ask for from a wait. And he cooked. Not only did he cook the meal, he was the waiter too. He did the whole thing, and he's cleaning the kitchen right now. So, a one-man operation in that kitchen, at least right now while it's slow. But just amazing service, and I got to say this is the #1 hotel in terms of service, and the room is super nice. Wow, very impressed with this hotel. You wouldn't know it from the outside how nice it is here, but the staff is what really makes it, and just fantastic. But you get that fantastic service, you get the rude guy at the train station. I had a couple more experiences with people giving me weird looks, like in Venice, and just people don't know they're. That's just an Italian thing. I'm an American. I like my personal space, and here in Italy, that's not a thing. They get very close. It's just a thing I'm not used to. So I can't really blame anybody for that. It's just different. It's just a different cultural thing. But it bugs me. I don't like it. But other than that. Yeah, it's kind of a mix. So far, if I have to rank the 3 cities I visited so far, I got to put Florence at the top. Surprisingly, I thought that was going to be such a boring museum town, but it turned out to be amazing. Florence, and then Rome is going to be in the middle. Venice at the very bottom. I did not enjoy Venice at all. The sights were fantastic, but the people were just, oh my God. Maybe I just had an off day or something, but yeah, no, I wouldn't go back there. And Cinque Terre is still to come, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm expecting that to be a very sleepy town, just like those small towns in Germany. So, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so anyway, I've got things to show you. We're going to get up early tomorrow. I'll let you know what's going on tomorrow. But first, I have souvenirs to show you. Let me show you what I got at the Colosseum. Okay, first thing we got was a souvenir book about the Colosseum, and it's got all kinds of photos about all the displays and everything, lots of information and history written in here about everything. I was trying to go through there. I did spend a lot of time in there, but I didn't have time to look at every single little thing, or I'd be in there all day, But I already was in there almost all day. But this is a great book about the history and all the artifacts on display. They have photos, pictures, and everything. So this, and it looks like a lot of pages. So this looked like a great thing. They also had a DVD about the Colosseum, but it looked more like a digital 3D recreation of what it looked like back in the day. And I didn't know how good the quality was going to be on that. So, or if it was what I was looking for. I'd rather have this that has all the artifact, everything I saw today. So I can open this book and go, oh, I remember being there and I remember seeing that. And yeah, I thought this was a better souvenir than the DVD that I saw. Plus, who buys DVDs anymore? My Xbox doesn't even have well, actually it does. It has a DVD player, but my computer doesn't. Anyway, this is a magnet. I started a magnet collection on this trip. So I got Efteling magnets and now a Colosseum magnet too. I kind of like this one, and not just a flat one with a picture on it, but it's like a 3-dimensional magnet, a very unique one. So Roma Colosseo, I really like that. And for my display shelf, made in Italy, a Colosseum. They had several to choose from. They had a bigger one for 25 euros, but it wasn't sculpted very well. It just had the back wall there was just like, didn't have the detail on it. It just was, see how it has all the little brick in it? The other one didn't. It just was like a plain white wall. It just didn't look quite right. And it was missing that top level there and stuff. But yeah, so this says Roma Il Colosseo. And then the back. So this was the best one I thought they had. It's smaller than I wanted. I wanted a bigger one, but it had the most realistic detailing on it. So I got this one. And so it's a little bit cheaper, it's smaller. The box is weird because it's just kind of loose in the box. And it can shake around and stuff in there, but I guess it protects it a little bit. But yeah, anyway, that'll go on my display shelf when I get home. All right, so that all those souvenirs, I want to say was about 34, 35 euros, something like that. Not too bad at all for all of that stuff. But let's talk about prices. The Roma Pass, I paid $34.03 US. And also had to make a timed reservation for the Colosseum, which was 2 euros, about $2 US. And then the hotel, I just had to pay the city tax. It was about 8 euros, about roughly $8, a little over $8 US. But other than that, it was free, thanks to credit card reward points. The $8 is for tax, city tax, to the city of Rome, but hotel tax, basically. But yeah, the hotel was free because of credit card rewards points. I'm mentioning that a lot in my videos. If you want to know more about that, just let me know in the comments below and I'll set you down on the right path on how to get signed up for travel credit card rewards. You have to have good credit, and a lot of them do have an annual fee, just so you know. But you get, it's more than worth the value, in my opinion. Look at this amazing trip I'm on. Free airfares, and most of the hotels are free. So you can't beat that, including this hotel, this amazing hotel. I paid $8 for 2 nights, by the way, and it includes breakfast. $8. So that's pretty amazing. Normal price, if you were to pay for this hotel out of pocket, would cost for 2 nights, including breakfast, US dollars, $165.64. So even if you paid for it, this is a good deal for this room. It's a pretty big room too. Double bed, big bathroom, and breakfast included. So right in the heart of Rome. So subway station's right down there. 2 stops to the Colosseum, and it takes 3 minutes on the subway. So pretty fantastic. Anyway, let's wrap it up. So yeah, kind of a mixed day today. It started off rough. I had some rough moments, but had some wonderful moments too. So it's kind of a mixed day. Yeah, mixed review today. The hotel is fantastic. I can't say enough about this hotel. By the way, I think this is the first hotel on this trip that doesn't have a wall furnace anywhere, or even a thermostat or anything. I think the air temperature is centrally controlled somewhere from the hotel. So it's a little bit toasty in here. I'd like to, lower the temperature if I could a little bit, but it's fine. I can always crack the window open a little bit too. But yeah, let's wrap it up. So tomorrow, another early start. Tomorrow I got to get to bed, and tomorrow we have an appointment with the Pope. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I have an appointment with the Pope. Not a personal appointment, but the Wednesday audience is tomorrow, and I get to see the Pope. So at least that's the plan, unless things go awry. But that's all arranged. So, and other sites there in Vatican City, which technically is another country. So country number 4 tomorrow, the Vatican. So make sure you come back for the next vlog. Hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up. And we're going to wrap it up here. I would say overall, thumbs up day. It was mostly good. It had some rough patches, rough start. One rude guy, especially in the luggage room where I dropped off my luggage at the train station. That was rough. But it all worked out, and yeah, fantastic. And I got to see the Colosseum and this wonderful hotel here. Modigliani. Gosh, I forgot the name of it. Hotel Modigliani, something like that. Anyway, it's a great hotel. All right, that's going to wrap it up. I think I've run out of things to say. Oh, I forgot one thing. Make sure you get out there and explore your world. We'll see you in the next video.